Morning, guys.
Good morning, everyone.
Gosh, man, I was blinking and thinking, do I get up at now, or do I get up at 8:40? Crazy.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I was just like, why is my alarm not going off? I was like, I feel like I should be doing something. Hey, James. Hey, Glenn. All right, so we've got 4 minutes and 5 seconds. So it hasn't really been doing anything. Look at gold, man. It's stuck in this dirty range. And all right, so Aussie dollar's coming down. Your Aussie's going up. Your Kiwi's going up. Pound Aussie's going up a little bit. All right, let's see if German can. What's German going to do? So I'm expecting us to maybe poke our nose above this wick again, maybe above this one. I don't think we're going to see up here hit, but I am bullish. At least for a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a nasty area here, so got to be very, very careful. You can see it going two ways here, just to either pick up liquidity, because there's some nice little areas it could pick up. Yeah. I'm going to be long on this one.
So the fact that it's now done 100% total retrace of the daily move from the last couple of weeks, is that not? Are you not concerned that maybe it will just be a sell at this point?
I'm just thinking because what the first move is going to be. It could, like, it is up to this sensitive area, but because it is so bullish, I don't really want to short against it. So is it going to do a buy to sell or a sell to buy? Like today, I don't have the time to wait too long on it. We've got another maternity scan. No, midwife checkup. So I'm gonna have to bounce at 9 o'clock. So the trade I'm gonna have to get is gonna have to be the first move. So that's what I'm only a little bit trying to anticipate what that move's gonna be. But otherwise, the easier move I think would be waiting for sells. Yeah, I agree, because of where we are. There's so many liquidity candles, isn't there? There's a lot. So liquidity wick, support. It could just do a straight sell to pick up liquidity. Let me just, yeah, we're going to have to see about this. I don't want to jump within too hasty because I just because this morning's been very rushed now. Might miss that with the alarm. Okay, here we go. This is the open now. So let's see what it's going to do. I'd say we're going to push up at least the 1646, 16146. Take out this euro high at some stage. So hopefully it just pushes down first and then it can push up. I think that would be a fairly safe trade because I'd like to lean into the longs. But we see like this 30-minute candle here. We've left the doji. To retake the euro high. So let's see if we can actually get like a little breakout to the downside. And then I'll wait for momentum to slow. And then hopefully we can get some price action that confirms some a push up, because we do have this candle, this candle, and this candle. And then I think we've been such quick moves up that there could be a overcorrection today. Just need to be very careful. Morning, Maron. That 4-hour liquidity is also a weekly liquidity candle as well, so should provide some resistance, particularly after 5 days. Yeah, I agree on that one. S&P has 2 weekly bullish liquidity candles in the last 3 weeks. So market's looking, yeah, hugely bullish. The market is basically in bullish mode, like in an official bull run again. I think it's like 20%, up 20% now. So we're back into bullish mode. Crazy. Hey Dan.
Oh, you naughty puppies.
Sarah's not happy.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me? Oh, no, that's naughty.
You know, dash hounds are
No,
playing up,
sorry,
are they?
let me turn it off. No, stop. Stop. No. No, stop.
I think it's time to cook them. Cook the dash hounds. All right, come on. Let's get a quick trade. Yesterday was wild. Did anyone hold for the whole? Like I didn't get. I took maybe 30 pips in total of this move. It was a missed opportunity. Did anyone capture more? And I actually got a good one. You missed it entirely. So we saw the trade that I took, and then I got in again later on at, it was a more or less, no, it was after the stream. I think it was around here. I think it was about here to here. Let me bring it up. It was precisely on this candle. This one here. But I took profit at this point because that was my daily target. 16,100. Got most of the second half. Oh yeah, I saw you on demo, yeah. You're struggling at Magic Keys to work on German 40. Okay. It wasn't a clean entry down here, unfortunately. So it was hard to get into this one at the low point. The best trade. Go ahead.
I was going to say there was a really good entry that you guys pointed out before it happened when
This one.
the 3 minute, yeah, that one. It came back and retested the 3 minute
Manipulation zone.
HCS bearish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right,
it was
yeah.
just perfect touch. And you guys called that before it happened.
Yeah, the thing is, I missed it because I jumped in for the trade here and then closed 80% at this point, and then it came back and took the runner, and I wasn't even thinking about re-entering. And it was kind of one of those annoying ones where because I was in the trade, it clouded my eye. Like I didn't consider the second entry. And the same thing is, go on.
I was just going to say, it did the same thing again when it punched through the 4-hour bearish LQ up above, came back into it, and then went long again.
Yeah. Annoying, huh?
Which is what Akshay was teaching yesterday.
Yeah.
It did it twice in our session, which is pretty cool.
It's a good one to review for the study session tomorrow. Plus we'll kickstart the fundamentals tomorrow. Ouch. Study session will be 9 UK time. So that'll be 6 PM your time. Well, this open has done nothing. CPI kind of like just it killed gold. Today's been really slow. Why do you think Aussie dollar was so strong the last couple of days from the CPI? Why do you think this was the best performer? Like, this price action is awful, isn't it?
Aussie dollar mainly follows what gold does. A lot of the time, like the same moves that gold's doing, Aussie dollar is doing as well.
Sometimes.
And the US dollar has also been, it's broken below support as well. The Dixie.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Dixie and Aussie's not part of the Dixie correlation.
No, I know, but it's US dollar weakness.
Yeah.
Which, if there's US dollar weakness, that's good for commodities?
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm just guessing here.
Okay. It's Aussie dollar is one of the most sensitive to global outlook. Think so. There's connections. So you're right in what you're saying, but then there are going to be scenarios where that's like if gold's going up, there's a lot of fear. When gold's really going up, there's a lot of fear, and that's not good for Aussie, because that means like potential shutdown of global demand and global commodities. So that's a time that gold will go up and Aussie dollar won't do very well. US dollar going down, Aussie dollar could be flat, US dollar can go down, that can make Aussie US go up. But the main thing for Aussie and Kiwi in that is that if there's low fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and good optimism in the world, such as like this relief of US inflation coming down, that's really good for global outlook, and that's good for global commodity demand. So that's why Aussie was like the Aussie was the strongest performer.
Yeah, so it's a risk on currency.
Very much so. Yeah, but normally like you'd be going for which currencies have the greater interest rate differential and monetary policy. So that normally you'd be going towards that, and that's why like before we did CPI, I was saying pound US was my pick for all of them because pound has clearly got so much more work to do in terms of inflation. But then pound US wasn't even the strongest performer, and that kind of surprised me. And I was, because Aussie has just been such a weak currency, I really didn't expect it to just outperform everything for the last couple of days. But that'll you know, there's still once the excitement of the news is down, is settled, then you see that the trends start to come in again. So that's why I'm still bullish on Euro Aussie, and bullish on Euro Kiwi, and bullish on Pound Aussie. Need NJ to continue. It's the only one that's running for the Emma bot. Only one that triggered. It's nearly at take profit. Oh, sorry, it's not take profit. This is a 2-to-1 trade, so I'm looking for it to keep on pushing, but it's at break even. How did your CAD go? Did yours trigger, George? Oh, he's not here. I think he was looking for this one. Jim, you're here. Did you chat with George?
No, I'm due to chat to him shortly. He's at the gym at the moment.
Okay.
None of mine actually triggered last night, and I don't know why.
Oh, you put Kiwi Yen on?
I put all 4 on actually last night. I don't know. I don't know why any of them triggered. I put down only to trigger in the Asia session, so they should have done that.
Yeah, Kiwi Yen definitely should have
Yeah.
like mine, because I had it on a acceptable for a couple break evens. So at first trade it pushed up 20 pips, came back, broke even, entered again, pushed up. Now it's up nearly 30 pips, and at break even. So it definitely should have triggered twice in that Asian session.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. It had the smiley face as well, so everything was set up okay.
Real account, demo account.
No, real account. Stone.
Small money in it.
Oh yeah, only a small amount.
I wonder if it was leverage. Not enough. I wonder if it was a 0.5% or 1%.
No, because there were no messages.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't tell you a message if you're trying to put on, like, did you do 0.5%?
Yeah.
Maybe 0.5%, because mine's in Aussie dollars, so per unit can be smaller than per pound. So maybe it was trying to put it in at less than 0.01 lots. On a small account.
Okay, maybe it was that then.
Because that doesn't come up with anything, I don't think, unless we can. Because I don't think. I'll have to ask Bill after if MT4 has it in it that to give a warning or saying lot size lower than minimum allowed or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe it was that then.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry, guys, but I can come up with a way to test, just so we know whether it's giving some kind of error or warning in that situation. So you reckon, Hayden, it's just the balance is too small and everything gets rounded down to 0?
Yeah.
In terms of volume.
Yeah, I think it was trying to work out the lot size for 0.5% on a small account, because on the Australian account, for me to get half, if I have less than 2,000, some pairs a hit and miss to try get a 0.0. Sorry, some pairs hit and miss to get a 0.5% trade on.
Yeah, no, that should be easy enough to test. And maybe just, yeah, we can make sure that it gives you an actual message.
Because I'm not sure if MT4 does do it.
I'll set up my demo account and have a play with that. Just a quick question though. On the yesterday in your video last night, you had the Asia session clicked on of the 3 clocks, but you also had your timer on.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was
is
some
that either or is what happens if you have them both on?
What happens is if you've got the clock. I am watching German 40, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
for
watching
anyone
it.
else.
I won't get in the way of.
No, I'm not telling. I'm not telling you. I'm telling just if others think I'm not. There's just nothing happening here.
Yeah.
If the clock is on, highlighted, so that you can. So I was only going to take a trade in the Asian session. I'm in the habit that I look at the charts every day. The robot every single day. So I won't forget to turn it off, the arrow off. So what it's doing is, if you don't set the timeout, will disengage the up and down arrow, the buy and sell arrow that you've selected. But the clock will only allow you to take a trade in the relevant session. So say for example, I did the video last night. I set Kiwi yen looking for longs, and I didn't have the timeout on, but I had the clock on. What if I forgot to do anything for the next few days? Next time the Asian session rolls around, it'll still look for longs again.
Right. Okay.
So what the timeout does, it just turns the up arrow off, so that say I forgot to do anything, that Monday it's not going to be still looking for longs as long as we're in the Asian session.
Right. Okay.
But there's going to be times that, like, say I've got a fundamental bullish bias on Euro Aussie, and I'm just waiting for the EMAs to flip, and I only want to take trades in London session, then I'll leave the up arrow on. I won't put a timeout on, and I'll leave it so it can take a trade in any session, so that it will just run for the next few days, next week or so, but just look to target like a 200 EMA bounce.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so the timeout's just to disengage any active trades, because you might find, oh, I was still looking for trades, but it won't. Nigel forgot to turn it off and lost 3 moves last week. Yeah, there we go. So it was only looking for a trade in the particular session, but because he didn't turn it off, it was still looking for it for other days when the next time rolled around.
Does your Pepperstone on my MT4, my server time on the chart is 2 hours ahead, and do I need to change my session timings in the properties of the expert advisor to account for that 2 hours, or is it the current clock?
It's looking at the broker time, so it shouldn't, your local time shouldn't matter.
So my Asia session really should be 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. as opposed to 12 till 6.
No, it'll be your broker time. Oh wait, sorry. For my Asia time, no, it's your broker time. So the broker time's the same. So I wouldn't worry about the time that's on the computer, because because we're in the same time. I know my server says the VPS initially was GMT 0 all the time, so it was sometimes like it was 1 hour different to if we're in daylight savings or not. But the broker will have the new daily candle starting at midnight 0000. So that's the start of the Asian session for me.
Oh, okay. So UK time is that your Asia session is 10 p.m.
10 p.m. physical time, like this
Yeah,
this
yeah,
clock
yeah.
here.
GMT, yeah.
Yeah,
Out time in the UK.
That's when Asia's starting, but the Pepperstone is GMT +2.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So I wanted to set mine up to actually only trade from 11 onwards, because the first hour, certainly for smart charts, is not for smart charts, but the first hour the spreads are usually higher.
Yeah. So you'd set it for 0-1.
So I'll settle for what I'll do it from 11 o'clock GMT, which is server time -1.
Yeah, but the robot won't take a trade in that first hour and 15 anyway.
Oh yeah, of course it won't. Yeah, you were saying that yesterday.
Yeah.
It's rollover, whatever session.
Yeah, the rollover window.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will have to try it. The next time I do a trade on it, I'll put 1%, see if that makes a difference.
For the small live account, yeah, I'd say that was the issue.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, I should have said, because I put it on my when I have had it on a small account, I've always just done it as 1% just to get around that.
Yeah.
But then when I put it on my personal account, I'll drop it down a bit, the risk.
Yeah, that makes sense. This German session's dead, isn't it?
Oh man, isn't it? Gosh, I rushed for nothing. Oh, sorry, Dave, I missed that. Is there any meaning to these three M5 high tests through these bars in a row? These three here you're looking at, aren't you? They're the same ones.
Yeah.
Well, the middle one is this one here pulled liquidity, and this one here closed back inside. So I'd say this is the liquidity grab from above. So it makes sense to break support. But the first two, this one and this one, I don't read into too much. But this one here, I'd read into it because it wicked up higher and then closed inside the wick. So this one is it's like a fractal high. It's like a little swing high. So in that case, I'd say we're about to break support. By having three of them in a row, it's kind of like low volume. There we go. Starting to do something. Oh yeah, I took that actually. Little sneaky sniper. Was it that 5-minute candle that you entered on?
So the overall idea was based upon the 4-hour. The 4-hour showing multiple HCS from upside, and this is also the daily area where price is right now. Daily auto block area.
You're not worried about this 30-minute candle?
For German 40, sometimes price left some liquidity, and the candles are sometimes not like a clear one. Like sometimes price because of the feed, sometimes price pushed a little bit higher also.
You're not worried about these guys as well?
No, because at least price going to reach this one. This is the liquidity here, doji candle liquidity. This liquidity was left because we created HCS here, so we don't have to worry about this liquidity now. And we haven't created HCS with this, so that means we already got one HCS. Sorry, let me change the arrow. A second. Here, first HCS, second HCS, third HCS, fourth HCS. So a lot of HCS are forming there. And this is just a retest of that FE candle. So if the price is not breaking that FE candle, we don't have to worry about this one or this one. We have some problem here, but ultimately at least I can secure some profit here, this doji low, where our price already tapped there. At least I can close 50%. Ultimately the bias is based upon 4 hours, so 4 hour has to close bearish one. That's a real thing. If the 4 hour able to close bearish one, then we will again push into the downside. Because this one already created HCS. This one we left the liquidity, but if this 4 hour is closing bearish one, that means we again wanted to push to the downside. Then we don't have to worry about this doji candle left.
Good luck on it. I hope it goes. Hope it goes well. Don't like that so much. It makes sense for a correction, but I don't like how it's just sort of doing nothing, eh?
Yeah, price really is just a printing side by side now.
Yeah. At least it did a breakout here, closed lower. At least it did that on the 3 minute, finally closed underneath Asian low. Even though we're talking about not looking at Asian session particularly, New York lows right there, and I don't like how. I think this is one of those days that I would expect before any considerable move down. Could be wrong for sure, but I think we might take out that little high there first. On your 1 hour candle, we said that little bullish candle, this one, was the HCS. How come you said this one was the rejection wick? Because it didn't close within the wick.
1 second. Can you move a little bit? I cannot see the upper one side chart. Okay. So first, this one is HCS.
Yeah.
Second one, you can say this one is, you can kind of consider that as another manipulation. We left this liquidity, you can say liquidity one. This one is not exactly, but that candle not able to push even higher, just came back into this area, not able to. This was a liquidity left again, but this candle took out that liquidity then afterward.
So you're saying this is more of a doji?
Yeah, more of doji.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was saying, like, because it didn't close within this wick, that this is a. We're going to start seeing those ones everywhere.
Yeah.
Then.
Like a first indication was when this rejection happened, we generated liquidity here in the form doji, and price pushed to the upside. We again generated liquidity, but we created HCS with here this, because this candle, you can say doji candles can be a attempted FU candle. Then price pushed to the downside. This, we took out this liquidity. Now we again generated liquidity in the form of doji. Then again pushed to the downside, we generated another liquidity in the form of doji again. Price pushed to the upside, we generated liquidity here. This candle took out that liquidity. So if the price is not breaking this high, we will continue pushing. At least this was my first target, to targeting till here. And if we this hourly candle or 3 hours candle or 4 hours candle closing bearish one, we will continue pushing to the downside. We will not going to respect this one, because we are looking from the higher time frame also. If the higher time frame is not, price is rejecting from the higher time frame, we don't have anything here on the higher time frame. If this 4 hour is closing bearish one below this area, then next 4 hour is also going to continue pushing to the downside. But today is a Friday, so taking partial can be good idea. Like yesterday was different, because yesterday we are anticipating that the 4 hour going to close in our direction. But Friday can be a freaky one. It can just range also.
Indeed.
And the London Open did nothing. price just still there. Price haven't moved.
Yeah, it's having a hard time doing anything, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a late move. I think there's going to be good volume today. It's just late. It slept in as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just be careful of the New York low, which is around these little thin black lines. But if we're getting, if we see, like maybe not on the 1 minute so much, but if we can take out this wick high on this doji, and then start pushing down, we might be able to get like it's a pretty tight range, but I'd like to see some rejection wicks. If I see a couple of rejection wicks, I think the support would break, and I think you could probably get like another 20-30 pips comfortably. The 1 minute is giving it to you. But I don't like the 1 minute when it's so slow moving. France 40 was a better setup. Still halfway through. Oh, okay, good one. France 40. So France 40. So this is one of those odd days where France 40 and German are doing the very opposite. That's not usual. That's why I'm skeptical on this one. Skeptical on what's going on, because I don't normally see divergence in the CAC and the DAX. But I was more keen for buys, so I'm not going to switch into sells as much as I think the sells. I think this is overcorrected. I think it's pushed up too much, and we're at a key resistance. Yes, they call it SMC diverge. What's SMC? I think you're muted. You can unmute yourself, Sarah.
I think SMC means smart money concept.
Is that smart money concept? Sarah, why aren't you talking? No, I can't hear you. I can see that you're unmuted. Strange. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if she uses a mic. I think it's on the laptop. Is SMC divergence smart money concept divergence, Maron? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry, yes. So they call it then divergence. So, and then if you are bullish, then you can take a better setup. The other one that makes higher high.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So
As we are
it
bullish.
kind of like a one pair. If you are correlating with the two pairs, I know that like a one pair is creating higher high, higher low.
Yeah.
Yes.
And second pair is also doing same thing, higher high, higher low. But one pair is breaking after it not creating a new high, but second pair is creating a new high again. And this one is, you can say that a diversion happened. Second pair was first pair was pushing downside, but so this one is a diversion here. So diversion is like you can say one pair took the liquidity, higher one liquidity.
Yeah, I understand that divergence, but are you saying because German's going lower, CAC's going higher, and normally they follow. It's like saying US 30 and US 500 are going different directions.
Yes, for the time being. So it depends on your buyers. If you are bullish, then you take the better setup from both of them.
Yeah, okay, the lower one. Oh, the one. If you're bullish, take the one that's going lower.
That's right. Yes. Or the one that makes higher high.
Yeah.
So that means the price is pushing up.
We don't have any news today. Oh, France bank holiday. There we go. Maybe that explains why we're so slow as well on these European indices. At one of the major economies, the third largest economy in Europe, is on holiday, on vacation.
HCS there. HCS broke, came back to retest.
See, I was wanting to see that 3-minute doji high taken. Well, we've got. I'm guessing this is half the reason why we've got a slower session. I still thought London volume would have been enough to do something.
Hayden or HK, and do you know much about Nasdaq repricing and rebalancing on 24th? What it means for the indices
On the 24th?
Uh-huh.
Is that like the triple witching day?
Have you heard of Nasdaq is doing repricing and rebalancing? I was told by Greg to watch out for indices going short, probably.
Was this on the? You say on the 24th?
On 24th, they want to rebalance again. Apparently, it happened only twice before, in 2008 and 2011 or 12.
Oh no!
And this year as well. So the first 7 high performance companies like Apple, other companies who are doing very well. So they want to reprice and rebalance their
the
book.
weighting.
Yeah, and apparently it's bearish for the market, for the indices. I read through a couple
I'll have
of
to have a
but
look
I
into
couldn't
it.
understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it something we can probably tomorrow have a chat or?
Yeah, let me read about it because I'm not. I want to do a deep dive into some of these.
It's very known, yes, to people, but Greg was talking about that the other day.
Okay.
Maybe I will ask my brother. Because he's trade only in Nasdaq stock exchange, so he may know about that.
Yeah, I mean it depends on the it's the weighting. So if they're going to change the rating, right, and then see which ones are going to actually take up more weight, then that definitely will have an effect. Depends on how they do it. But yeah, okay. We'll have a look into it. Good one. Nas is very, very tech heavy. That's why I've seen such a huge rally on it. Yeah. AI and chip sort of configuring what they think profit potential is, because stocks is always based on the expectations of earnings. So if they're expecting that AI is going to create a huge demand in like chips and all that, and create much more profit potential, they're repricing it for expectation of earnings for like the next year. They're not worried about what's happening in terms of recession fears this year. So that could lead to new highs being created, because this is potentially a new bubble. So we hit these little markers. This is getting very low to the This was a doji low in New York session for PPI news, and then we've got another point of interest, two next to each other. So this is an area I'm keen to observe what's going on. When was the last time we had such a slow session? Oh yeah, last night on gold. I meant London session, but yeah, that was freaking awful last night.
I'm kind of glad I didn't see the second link that you put up. I thought there was no more Zoom session, so I was like, oh, okay. Didn't miss much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it did one little push down and then it just came back up into that range. It was a bit of a waste of time. I was trying to read up. I had a couple of little issues come up with the house that we're trying to settle on, or the flat that we're trying to settle on. So it's kind of nice to have a quiet session so I can like read up about it. But I was reading things called peppercorns and all that. UK's got some funny language.
Yeah, back to say yesterday's NY session, there was a opportunity. I know when price was moving, we cannot think that much. But afterward, when I saw there was an opportunity for the buys from the 1955.
Is there now on the 1955? So in this bit?
Yeah, there.
Yeah, didn't you take it?
Yeah, that one was taken, but it was a low risk entry. I didn't got the best confirmation because that entry was I wasn't that much confident because my bias was bearish, but I was looking for taking short from the upside.
Yeah.
Let me send the chart. Maybe you can find. Let me understand.
You're looking for 16060. The structure here, Marin, is that what you're looking at now? Yeah, I think it just needs to break through this. I think we're quite comfortably going to keep on going down. We just need to, just because it's so slow, I think there could be a little zigzag in here.
So if you see what happened here, the previous FU candle was formed here, but this candle did not took out that FU candle did not took out the there was a doji on the left side. If you see this red line, there was a doji candle on the left side. So price pushed to the upside afterward, this was liquidity generated here. This candle took out that liquidity, and this was the imbalance candle. But why suddenly price decided? Because price came all the way to the downside and not taking that low, this low, and next candle was immediately just pushing to into the upside. So I think this could have been an entry, keeping stop loss below that low.
Mm-hmm.
And when news came, this was the imbalance candle was here.
Yeah, that was a decent place for it to rebound, go back up to.
Yeah. And our first target could have been like this one, because this was the, you can say, liquidity, and this is also the structure, overall order block also, you can say. So price tapping into that area, and then afterward it was choppy one here once we tap into that order block area.
Yeah.
And the hourly, the overall target could have been hourly high, because the hourly was closed like a doji one. And today what happened, price just took out that hourly high only, the news high we created. It just took out that high, and then it got rejected from that area.
Yeah.
It just barely took out that high in, I think, in Asian session. This one is 30-minute.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it all in the squeeze in the
this
chart.
one. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
This high.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah, that high was just taken out and got rejected from that area afterward.
Yeah, because it was poor PPI, but decent unemployment. Everything, all the money was flowing into the indices. Indices were rallying. Risk currencies were rallying. Gold it was just not the right asset to trade for yesterday. There were plenty of better opportunities if we picked a different pair, but it's good to focus on just one. It's just unfortunately not the pair for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we will get like a 200, 300 pips. Sometimes price just going to range. That's the this is going to happen in every pair. It's not just like a gold.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to make a move. I'm gonna have to leave in just over 10 minutes to get to this new live. Yeah, mate.
Actually, I was saying this 1 hour LQ candle below here on German wouldn't probably hold. What was his reasoning for that? Or it wouldn't be that much support?
One here. Because of the 4 hour is pushing, the 4 hour showing a higher, you're saying that the 4 hour, if this one can close as bearish candle, then you're forming a HCS on the higher time frame, the 4 hour time frame. Yeah. So then if that's forming that, then it could push through this 1 hour liquidity candle.
So you could like have a rebound off it, but then go through it after, like a reaction there. But...
Yeah, this could be a liquidity zone. That if it's breaking, closing underneath, then you could look for HCS here as well to push down further.
Yeah.
So time strength is really important. Which time frame we are looking at. So higher time frame always have a upper hand. So you have to look at where the price is bouncing from. If the price is bouncing from the higher time frame, and if the higher time frame got reaction, like this one, we got a reaction, because this one is also considered this as a HCS. This one is also this FU candle form. Then this is not price don't have to come back for this doji candle. So if the price is bouncing from the higher time frame area, then lower time frame you get some kind of reaction from that zone, but ultimately then afterwards just going to break that thing.
Yeah. So on the 4 hour, where would the next liquidity point be?
I'm looking for this area. If price coming back into this area, this area, then we may get a reaction. It depends upon daily closing also. If how daily we're going to close, how the weekly is looking at, then it's you get a clear bias that the where we are going, because higher time frame is more important. You have to anticipate or the visualize the how the daily candle or the weekly candle going to close to get a better idea how to do you want to hold that position or do you want to close the position right away. Like yesterday I closed my position somewhere I think 1913 or somewhere, yeah, 1925 area or 1920 90, oh sorry, 1600 and 120. This one,
Get it right.
yeah.
You're stuck in gold pricing.
Yeah. Okay, so here I close my position because this is a 4-hour area for me. Whole area is a 4-hour area, and where price got rejected, this is still the 4-hour end of the zone for me. That, and from this area, I'm looking for the any kind of shorter opportunity because on the weekly, if can you go to the weekly, please? So look at this weekly candle, the previous weekly candle. If the price respect that weekly candle high, then probably we will again go into the downside. But if we are breaking, then you can change your bias to bullish one.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to come and retest that liquidity area of the weekly candle. It can reverse before then.
Mm-hmm. So if the price respect that zone, the head and draw that zone already. So if price respect, then we will go into the downside. We already kind of tap into that area, and if the today is also the last day of the week. So if this weekly candle is closing somewhere here or here, then next weekly candle just creating a barely top wick, and we can again start moving to the downside. Because we are at all-time high here right now. I think this one is all-time high again.
Yeah, it is.
We created. So a lot of people are really greedy to they can look for the long opportunity again. So they get trapped and maybe price get pushed to the downside, take a better price from the downside, and then again it can create a new high. Like here, this doji was taken out by this weekly, and immediately we got a reaction from that area to push to the upside. But it depends upon how the candles are closing. If the because what we think it should not be happening, it depends upon how price action shows us. If the price action not showing us any kind of indication, even if you think that I have to take a short position, but price is not showing any kind of indication, you cannot take an entry then. We have to see, we cannot just trade based upon what we think. We have to trade based upon the price action. But you have to put all the possibilities, like where should be the long opportunity, where should be the long short opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scoot, my friends.
Hayden, just quickly, if you go onto the 5-minute chart, where it started reversing about 10 candles ago, if you go left, staying on the 5-minute chart, it's done exactly the same thing as it did yesterday when Akshay was talking about a broken FU candle. So right at that point on the left-hand side, where it's done a reversal. No, down the bottom.
You done here?
No. 2 candles ago.
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes, sorry. Go directly left there. There's an engulfing bearish the doji, a bearish engulfing, and then it breaks it.
Yeah.
And if you draw the top wick on that bearish engulfing,
that's where it stopped at.
Around it, that's exactly where it's reversed. Exactly what it did yesterday.
This is our liquidity candles wick as well.
Yeah, and it's just slightly above that is that 5-minute wick where it's broken the FU candle.
Yeah, because this is the last bearish candle before this up move as well. So that could be considered the order block.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. Well, I've got to scoot. I've got to get to this midwife appointment 9:15, so I've got 20 minutes to get there. So I will love and leave you guys. So slow session. So trade safe, okay. And I'm not going to be able to do New York session or be present in New York session. So I'll see you guys for study session tomorrow. All right. I'll be on the Discord though if you guys ask questions and things.
Akshay, are you going to do a session this afternoon?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right. Good luck, guys. Trade well. I'll see you
Cheers.
guys
Have a good
soon.
one.
Yeah. Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.